Us comical volume author Camp Lee was the humane over the superheroes. Lot wonder at the man who gave his letter emergency powers and daily headaches, a equation that revolutionized comics. The skeleton, Ferris person, Brave and the fabulous four persons all sprang of his fruitful imaginative and shed on the web page. But time his career may include begun in pen and toner, it grew and developed in lot more than. Of digital graphics novels to blockbuster movie Hollywood films, guideline wonder comics of a little department of a publication building to a big media corporate, Camp Lee was fruitful. Unborn in 1922 to impoverished work-class Hebrew migrant of Romania, Stanley Martin Lieber got a job in prompt print, how would ultimately be Wonder Comics, a business belonging by a family member. He was specified to the comics department and, thanks to the achieve of his imaginative, rose to text editor by the age of 18. For more than rather than 20 years, he was this final chop, knock out criminality stories, horrors, westerns, whatever to saturate the appetite suppressant of his youthful audience. Speech of more than rather than 2 syllables were confused. Letter were each all nice or all poor, in no shades of gray. So confused was Lieber by lot of which he was written how he rejected to put his actual behalf on the online. He estimated the mute behalf, Kemp Shelter, that he after juridically adoptee. By the period he was 40, Lee had solved he was too old for the comical play. His UK-born woman, Joan, offered he had anything to miss or, for his swan song, should compose the type of letter he very requested to build. Following a competing comical head go up in a super team comprising of Orderly, Overman and Miracle Female, prompt necessary to answer. Shelter's reply, in 1961, was the fabulous four persons, a crew of astronauts who obtained excellent powers following creature bombarded in space radiation. They were to changing Shelter's lifetime, and the comics production, ever. Lee gave every nature person, daily youthful problems such as dander and blackhead. They would often drop out in their parents and every sum. The fan letters filled in. Out of one's knowledge Camp Lee had ushered in the as-called silvery year of comics, and his imaginative was rekindled. His Wonder World generated the new name of Wonder Comics. Quickly following, boring Peter Parker was converted, following a sting of an irradiated spinner, in who could creep up the sides of New York's skyscrapers. Spinnerman was unborn. He was to be an icon of contemporary famous civilization. Spidey, as he is affectionately named, had rather emergency powers, yet he had problems at job, at household and in his girlfriends. At recent, the adolescent was no much longer fair the accomplice, but the major character. And the character was no much longer fair muscular force, he had brains too much. The skeleton, the powerful Thor, Ferris man and the otherwise all grappled in problems love narcotic misuse, fanaticism and public disparity. Drastically, Lee gave the artists accountable for the comical designs credits for their job. Nest Kirby, Frank Milling machine operator John Romita and other reached worship statute in their own order. Some superheroes ruined New Land in some ways. Brave was curtain, Dark Pantera was dark and Silvery Windsurfer pondered the country of humanness. Shelter's impact remnant. Several years ago the Wonder character, North Star, came out of the wardrobe. In its blossoming, Wonder was marketing 50 millionth copies a year. Before he retired of edit in 1971, Camp Lee wrote all the backup for Wonder's relating. In 1999, his Camp Lee print enterprise, designed at marriage comical strips in the web, went effectively incorrect. Lee went ruin and his industry affiliate landing in jail for scam. In 2001 although, he begun a new business titled Prisoner. Purveyors of miracle, amusement, that went on to evolve films and TV programs. His part-century-year-old creations are yet as durable as always, in X-Men, Fabulous Four Persons, Skeleton, Brave, Ferris Man and the Avengers all taking into account the Hollywood treat. Spinnerman was a enormous box office space strike, in the 2002 unique and its 2004 continuation take nearly $, pound 857 meter, in card turnover about the planet, up DVD and trade turnover were calculated. More than newly the three Skipper America films, starring Chris Evans, took dollar at the world box office space. Robert Downey Jr.'s Ferris Man stretched in dollar. Wonder's circulation was unambiguous. And fans as well impressed envisioned Shelter's short cameo decorum in nearly each Wonder Dwell action cinema. Lee as well enjoyed successful in graphics novels. In 2012 he company wrote Romeo and Juliet, the war that landing on the New York Times top seller listing and start up a YouTube canal, Camp Shelter's Planet of Heroes. He entered his digital graphics Roman Camp Shelter's God Woke at the 2016 Comical Con. The printing release won the 2017 Freelance Editor Volume Awards Freelance Vote Confer. In after year he mourned his worsening vision, that intended he could no much longer recite the comical books wherever he done his behalf. And he as well talked on which he deliberate to be the big superstate, good luck. He told, each period I go to a comical volume convention, at low one fan will ask me, which is the big superstate of all. I ever say how good luck is the big superstate, since if you include nice good luck later all goes yours path.